Climate change can be tackled, but only if we change everything about who has power in our society. Everything that we see online about climate change is, again, doom and gloom. It's easy to not even engage with it and accept it as a fate of crisis. And it's real. I mean, when we look at who Trump is appointing to his incoming administration, it's a designation for fossil fuel capitalists to take charge of the environment. Doug Burgum, for example, is being appointed as an interior secretary. And what that means is that he'll be in charge of 500 million acres of federal land. And his task is literally to sell off as much as possible to corporations to expand oil and gas drilling and AKA make climate change come even faster. It's almost comical how much Trump wants to destroy not just the US, but the planet with some of these mandates. And the reality is that literally none of the other past presidents have done anything positive to confront the climate crisis either. They made the problem worse. They keep setting goals and saying, well, we're not going to reach that goal anymore. Better luck next president. But climate change is here. It's not a far off thing in the future. Hurricanes, fires, floods, natural disasters are tearing up cities around the country, and there isn't even enough money allocated for disaster response. And that's all because of the way the government is set up under capitalism. And it's to literally give priority to a tiny group of disgustingly rich people for them to be able to make as much money as they want. This system makes it literally impossible for us to deal with an existential crisis like climate change. And that's why I'm here to talk about exactly what a socialist system could do about the climate crisis. First, we'd be a fool to think that anything is going to get done by us sitting around and being sad or scared that Trump is in office. We have work to do. If we ever want to see a new system, a new society, a thriving planet and humanity, we need to understand it's not just going to come out of nowhere. We need to make it come by building a well-organized movement that can challenge the entrenched powers of a rich minority. And when working class people are able to actually take control over the economy, we can make sure we and the planet get what we need. And we're locking up the oil executives who tried to cover up the fact that climate change is destroying the planet immediately. And after that, we're seizing all property, the fossil fuel capitalist hoard, and using that money to not only end the use of oil and gas as the primary energy source and transition to renewables, but to use that land for what people need. Instead of people click-clacking away at useless jobs, we can redirect forces to the meaningful work of making our world ready for the climate change that is already inevitable. And imagine if all the climate scientists that have been denied the appropriate funding to actually advance even more research to curb climate change actually had the funding to do so on an emergency basis. If the people had power, energy could be decommodified, decolonized, and decarbonized. Agriculture could be completely reorganized, and we stop putting so many chemicals into the atmosphere. I want us to sit for a second and recognize that all of these things are entirely possible. We just need to get serious about a revolutionary transformation of our society that can put the power into the hands of the people once and for all and get organized. Not when Trump gets into office and starts on his plan, not tomorrow, today. There's no time to waste.